And Gallatin gets the bat.
Hustle by Russell.
Here goes Meredith.
NBA TV presents NB80, a way cool look at the league in a time we'll always remember, though some might like to forget.
Could you get away with that now? No.
Afro, sideburns,
Yellow pants, plaid pants, whatever they were.
But no one can deny that the hoops will fly.
And you don't call them, you say, your mama.
All the righteous plays.
Larry Bird follows his own shot.
The freshest moves.
Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12. Good!
And the most excellent moments that define the decade.
A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! They win it!
Coming up right now is totally NB80s. And
It's totally boss.
on the previous episode of NB80s, the New York Knicks won the first ever NBA lottery, and the prize was an all-time great.
Basketball is back in New York City, my friend.
MJ caught fire in the playoffs.
Jordan ties the game.
Oh, boy.
63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record.
While the Celtics and Lakers split titles. Boston won in '86,
I always felt that and still feel that that's the best team I've ever seen in this league.
and LA, they won in '87, thanks to a magic touch.
5 seconds to go. Magic with a hook shot. Scores with 2.
And I'm guaranteeing everybody here, next year we're going to win it again.
As the Lakers were challenged to rise to the occasion, the Spurs were about to fall for an officer and a gentleman.
The San Antonio Spurs select David Robinson from Navy.
They'd wait patiently as the Admiral shipped off for a 2-year stint on the high seas.
I saw him at the All-Star game in 2002, and I was like, yo, the General.
The Seattle Supersonics select Scott Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Scott Pippen.
Pippen.
But before the night was over, the future Hall of Famer had been shipped out of town.
Seattle has traded Scottie Pippen to Chicago for Polynese.
And in the heartland, the ship had finally come in for the Indiana Pacers.
But when my name is called, I'm going to be ready to come in there and help them out.
Reggie.
Tyrone Bogues. Wake Forest.
He is now the shortest player in the NBA.
Bud Webb gave birth to Muggs.
One of the kids in the neighborhood came over to his house and knocked on the door and said to his wife, can Muggsy come out and play with us? You know, they thought he was one of their buddies at the same size. Muggsy was a tough little joker, man.
And Muggsy takes it away.
Well, Muggsy's closer to the floor. He should get it.
Right.
Doc Rivers told me that. I said, Doc, who's the guy you really hate to play against? He said, I hate playing against Muggsy Bogues. He said, I bring the ball down court.
By the time you put it down and went to reach for it, Muggsy had it and was gone.
And here's his opposite. Look at this. Minute Bowl. 7 feet 5. In fact, he's 7 feet 6 to tell you the truth.
Do I hear 7'7"? Bowl and Bogues went from one extreme to the other.
He'll take it to the... Oh, wow!
One guy picked you up full court, you couldn't dribble the ball one time. And if he didn't take it from you, got past him, Manute Bol was probably blocking it with his elbow.
The human fly swatter. Bird blocked by Manute.
Reggie, won't you be coming this way?
Rebound, Mark Eaton. He hooks it up back by Manute Bol.
I don't let no big guy dunk on me. Manute talking trash.
I seen Manute block 5 shots in one play.
Manute playing incredible defensive basketball.
And then I seen Manute shoot a 3-pointer that everybody was like, no, yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Manute Bol.
He's smiling, having a good time.
8 ball.
Hey! What are you doing?
When the '88 Slam Dunk Contest blew into the Windy City, fans were treated to a classic confrontation between the high-flying hometown hero and the human highlight film.
It was like Ali Frazier, and Frazier being Dominique, and Michael being Ali. It's like picking like a Van Gogh versus a Picasso. They're both incredible, and they were both incredible that night.
He has more power than any dunker that I've seen play this game. That is Air Jordan at his best.
Creative, what an athlete, and plenty of style. This is much like a heavyweight championship.
Dominique had come through with some sort of tomahawk, and Michael walked by me and he said, what do I have to do to win this thing?
And Michael is backing all the way.
Well, they're on their feet here at Chicago Stadium.
They gave him a 50. He defends his championship.
Dominique Wilkins was better than Michael Jordan in the dunk contest. I know I would have 4 million people contact me on NBA TV and say, what did you say? What did you say? Nobody was a better dunker than Dominique Wilkins. Not any of them.
There it is, 87-88 Midwest Division champions, the Denver Nuggets.
Denver's Doug Moe was Coach of the Year, but he put up an air ball on the best dress list.
Doug, classic.
Get after the ball. Take some pride in getting after the ball.
Sometimes he would wear an open collar shirt and just be out there doing his thing.
He just wanted to be ready for the club.
Who cares what I'm wearing? I care about winning basketball games.
Seven was over here.
Right at the top.
Seven standing on the side. Hey, this defense is the worst I've ever seen, fellas. Nobody is guarding anybody.
Let's just score. Let the other guys guard.
Man, we would score a ton of points almost any time we saw Doug Moe. Thank you, Doug Moe. Appreciate it.
Why worry about anything? Life goes by too fast to worry about what other people think of you, especially me. Got the long TV timeouts, I guess.
Yeah, the TV timeout record should be safe because NBA80s will be right back. You are watching NBA80s.
Number 13, co-captain Mark Jackson.
That's a young, thin Mark Jackson right there. He was so happy to get drafted by the Knicks, his hometown team.
It's a dream come true. It's been a long love affair for myself in New York, and I'm just happy to be here.
Mark Jackson was the rookie coming in with all that flair and the no-look passes. Oh!
Jackson keeping it alive, finding Ewing.
Jackson's style was a perfect fit in the Big Apple.
Could you repeat that?
I said your style was a perfect fit.
And that's the truth.
Jackson would run away with the Rookie of the Year honors. In fact, he made running away a habit.
When Mark threw the no-look, he run the other way like he didn't mean to do that. Like, say, like if he come down the court, he'd do like this and just run that way. Like, why you run off the court?
Pretty, huh?
Mark Jackson, one of the slowest point guards ever played in the league.
Three, Jackson from three, yes!
One of the smartest point guards that ever played in the league.
Behind the back, X-Man!
It was crazy in New York back then. Oh my God, you just took me back. It was nuts.
The city game is all about the point guard, and in Salt Lake City, that meant
John Stockton. Let's talk about Jay Stock.
What a pass, John Stockton!
What a player. What a visionary creator.
It's like watching an artist work, John Stockton.
John Stockton was just a pure point guard.
Guys knew if I run, he's going to get me the ball.
No matter where you were or who you were, he'd give you the ball if you was open.
What a pass! Oh, baby!
And you got to understand, he did all this with tight shorts on. You don't understand how difficult it is to cut those corners like that, set those picks when you're bleeding internally.
Steal by Worthy. He'll win the race. And Lambeer blocks it again.
the Detroit Pistons have become the beast of the East, and that spirit was embodied by Bill Laimbeer.
I think he was one of these guys that you hated him if he was on the other team, and you loved him if he was on your team.
When I see Bill Laimbeer, that's all I think of is this. I just want to give him one of these.
He played up that he was the villain. In fact, when they started to boo him, he would start going like this.
He doesn't care what the audience says and what the referee says.
I used to think the more the crowd got on him, the better he played. He enjoyed it.
Bill would hit you and he'd go, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, I didn't mean to hit you. Then he would hit you again, then he'd go, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. So after a while, you were like, oh, okay, one more time, buddy.
Bill Laimbeer, who was not only nasty, but he could shoot that 15-footer.
He can shoot the ball, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the ultimate teammate, because he will lay it on the line every single time.
I hated losing. I made it my business to make sure that I came every night, every game, every practice with that attitude, and I think it carried over.
It was Isaiah Thomas who would carry his Pistons in one of the most gutty finals performances ever.
Isaiah Thomas is hurt down on the court underneath the basket.
When I sprained my ankle, I was so angry and so mad. I remember laying there on that floor, wincing in pain, seeing my dream kind of like slip through my hands.
We want it! Who wants it, baby? As he's limping on every play, he is just showing so much heart and determination.
And then he kept playing.
Thomas with a looper scores.
He was the heartbeat of the Bad Boys.
Isaiah Thomas was one of the greatest quarters I've ever seen.
And boy, he put on a one-man show with one leg.
Isaiah fakes head and shoulders, dribble drive, in deep, throws up a horrible shot and it banks in.
That has literally carried a team on his back.
The Glittering Forum in Inglewood, California.
Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Game 7 drama in Hollywood? You know it's only a matter of time until a hero rises to the rescue.
James Worthy could always do whatever he wanted to do on a basketball court.
In terms of scoring, rebounding, defending, blocking shots, he did everything.
When they came down on the break, that was Magic's first look.
And he had this drop step. He'd catch it and go. Catch it and go.
And he is so quick when he gets the ball down in the low post.
That's where I got my baseline spin move, by the way, just in case you were wondering.
I mean, he was so consistent and he would just kill you.
He made big shots and big plays when you needed it.
Big Game James.
Big Game James.
Big Game James.
They call him Big Game James for a reason.
Maybe it has something to do with the monster numbers he racked up to seal the deal.
Today, Worthy had 36 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, and 4 steals. It's his first triple-double. The game is over. The Lakers are the world champions.
Riley's guarantee was good. The Lakers were the first NBA team to go back-to-back in 2 decades.
Back-to-back! Yeah! Yeah!
NBA 80s Volume 5 will be right back. You're watching NBA 80s.
Yo, this is DJ Jazzy Jeff. Now, I know a little something about the high top fades. These are some of my favorite high top fades in the 80s. There you go, Reggie Miller. See, Reggie had a almost, I want it to be a flat top, semi-Gumby with a part. I have no idea of what J.R. Reid was trying to do with that one. That is, I'm going to have a fade, and when I get to the front, I'm just going to call the front part, I just don't care no more. This is just kind of like...
Kenny Walker. Oh, yes.
Wow, that is Kenny Skywalker, who had the typical flat top with the 2 parts on the side.
For 4-on-1, here comes Stockton to the line.
I don't even think that's a fade. I just think that's like an Evel Knievel jump ramp that just kind of goes up and just drops off like a cliff. Now see, Dominique had a little style. He had a part in the front, but Dominique had a Jerry curl, flat top.
I like your hairstyle, well, it's fantastic.
And those are the best high top fades of the 80s.
Hello, Charlotte, and welcome to the National Basketball Association.
Miami Heat will join the NBA officially tonight in the opening ever here of NBA basketball.
There was quite a buzz in Charlotte, and you can feel a little more sizzle around South Beach as the league expanded at the start of the 1989 season.
It's like a new kid coming into your class.
You know, anytime expansion comes, you knew those were guaranteed wins, so, you know, you kind of licked your chops.
The Heat will lose for the 15th consecutive time.
I remember Miami lost, I want to say, their first 17 or 18 games.
You know, I knew we were going to struggle. I didn't know we were going to be 0-17.
17 in a row they lost, right? But Miami wasn't the city it is now. It wasn't like the epicenter of hotness and coolness.
Oh, the Charlotte Hornets. They came out with that funny blue and that pinstripe Kelly Tripucka wore.
This is our home uniform.
For me, I mean, I was a guy just trying to make it in the NBA, so my first thought was, yes, it's like 28 more jobs.
6 seconds to go on the 24. Richmond with a gorgeous move.
The transition to the pro game was not so difficult for 89's best newcomer, Mitch Richmond.
Now we're talking offense.
I mean, how do you want it? I mean, how do you want it from Mitch?
Oh, what
a shot by Mitch Richmond.
He would score 40 on anybody looking at this show right now, including myself.
Stocky, he was like a muscle man shooting the ball.
My nickname is The Rock.
The Rock. He was rock. He was strong, and he was going to get his points.
And Richmond very strong inside.
Not only could he post up, but he had this huge when he was posting you up and you were trying to get around in front, there was no getting around it.
Oh, what a great move by Richmond.
On top of that, he could lace down three-point shots, so.
Seemed like any time the Warriors needed a basket, they could just throw the ball to Mitch and he'd deliver.
Mitch Richmond. Oh, what a move.
That's something I really wanted to do, is just come in and play well, but I never thought that I'd have a chance to get the Rookie of the Year award.
In 1989, Akeem Olajuwon had not yet added the H to his first name, but the Dream sure could fill up the box score and led the league in rebound.
Rebound, Olajuwon. Boy, Akeem is everywhere.
Akeem Olajuwon, one of the 5 greatest centers to ever play basketball.
He could run, jump, shoot, rebound, defense.
Had the quickest hands for a big guy, was always flicking the ball away from you.
Olajuwon. Oh, he's everywhere.
If he got right by the basket, he was a donut and he was icing.
Olajuwon had that jump. He had moves.
Olajuwon, tough shot.
The best post player that ever played this game.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Out in Rip City, a spectacular swingman was gliding to greatness.
Clyde Drexler. I remember Clyde. The glide was smooth.
Oh, Clyde Drexler with a vintage Drexler move.
That was a nice 7 legs in those short shorts.
Played way above the rim. Way above the rim.
Oh, no!
He probably could have set the world long jump record if he wanted to run track.
There's the glide that you've been asking for. Oh, my.
I never saw him dribble with his head up either. This is Clyde the Glide Drexler going to the hole. And that's it.
Clyde was amongst the Jordans and the Magics.
He's like the other Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan of the West.
By Clyde Drexler.
Can I get these signed, Clyde?
NBA 80s Volume 5. We'll be right back. You're watching NBA 80s Volume 5.
Michael Jordan against the Cavs in the second half.
This may be hard to believe, but back in '89, Michael Jordan was ringless. But hitting the shot was a clear sign of clutch things to come.
In my lifetime, a moment or history, I look at what we call the shot.
Yep, this is when Mike, over Craig Elo.
It actually came down to him one-on-one with me.
I told Michael, you got 2 or 3 dribbles with 4 seconds. You got plenty of time.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan.
Michael goes up. Elo goes up.
The wings on Jordan's back that allowed Jordan to get up in that air.
Elo puts his hand in Michael's face. The hand came here, Michael went up. All of a sudden, goodbye, Craig.
We went up together, but I came down first.
Michael at the foul line, a shot on Elo, good!
MJ jumps in the air and gives a fist pump, man.
The Bulls win it! They win it!
That Cleveland team was never the same after that shot.
All eyes were now on Mike as the Pistons and Bulls had become the Eastern Conference's fiercest rivals.
Each and every game that we played against Detroit, we considered a war.
We had flexed our muscles, they were flexing their muscles, and we wanted to remain kings, and they wanted what we have.
And the crazy thing is they had this thing called the Jordan Rule, right?
Jordan Rule?
The Jordan rules. Is that something you guys made up?
No, I don't know what that is.
These are the Jordan rules. First Jordan rule, help on Michael.
Jordan over 4 players, and Sally came away with it.
Second rule is push Michael left, but keep him left.
Jordan, Robert, and the Pistons want to make Jordan pay.
Nobody shoots well from the floor on their back.
Michael, you're not doing it today. You ain't gonna do it today.
Rodman and Jordan going at each other.
It was fun to get them off their game. That's how we got off. We were a very cerebral team. We loved to play the mental games.
Ho, Hold on, a cerebral team playing a mental game? Come on, Bill, you guys were the bad boys.
The Bad Boys gave a new meaning to swagger.
As a team, we felt like we're tougher than you and we're gonna beat you, and that's basically the bottom line.
Bad boys.
They were all personalities. You know, they had Spider, they had Zeke. Detroit Pistons, like they had their nicknames on their warm-ups.
Bill Laimbeer. I never played professional basketball, but I think I was scared of Bill Laimbeer.
Mama said, I just like that boy Isaiah. He has a biblical name, and he smiles.
Isaiah Thomas is one of my favorites. I had his poster on my wall, number 11, the Pistons. I had the poster like this.
I've never seen anybody do what Isaiah did. If he was 6'6", we wouldn't talk about Michael Jordan. That's Joe Dumars. He doesn't say much.
Joe Dumars is a quiet storm.
On the run, he got it! Oh, what a circus shot by Joe!
And, you know, he wasn't going to talk a whole lot of trash, but he was going to give you, 20.
What a threesome. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and then Vinnie Johnson coming in.
Vinnie Johnson loves it in the crowd.
Vinnie Johnson from Brooklyn, the microwave. Like he'd come in, score 17 points, sit down, and that was it.
Well, the microwave is heating up.
We're up by 2, you put the microwave in, and you blink, and we're up by 16.
Literally the microwave. Like 30 seconds, you could cook like a turkey.
Dennis was flamboyant, but he was all business on the basketball court.
A little bit more than everybody else right now.
You know, he's a bad boy.
The big thing about Rodman was he was a nudge to every great player.
I love the game. I love my job. Even though the job that I do on the court, people don't like.
That's what Dennis does. He does it better than anybody in the league.
Early worm, he was good at defense from the gate.
What a play, Dennis Rodman.
A lot of people don't know this. Rodman used to be able to score.
I think Detroit was at its best when Dennis Rodman was in Detroit.
The Pistons are the basketball champions of the world.
We swept them. Just thought I'd let everybody know that. Excuse me.
Everybody in Detroit be coming home having a party. Crazy, crazy party.
I thought Chuck really did a great job in bringing that team together and finally getting over the hump to win.
Come on, do some more. Woo!
And I think I said it was like heaven.
It feels like heaven. Like the Ohio player said, heaven must be like this. Heaven must be like this.
Yes, indeed. And remembering the NBA 80s has been a little slice of heaven for me, too. Yo, this your boy, Fab Five Freddy, and I'm out of here.